Chosen one, there is something shifting within you. Perhaps you have already begun to sense it. The way eyes linger a little longer when you enter a room, the way conversations seem to take on a new depth, the way women seem inexplicably drawn to your presence. What is happening is no accident, no mere coincidence. This is the unfolding of an energy that has long existed within you, but is now beginning to awaken in full force. Your high sexual energy is not merely about attraction, nor is it simply a matter of physical presence. It is an unseen force, an aura that radiates from the depths of your being, touching those around you in ways that words cannot fully capture. It is the silent confidence in your stride, the ease in your voice, the power in your stillness. Women do not just see you, chosen one, they feel you. They sense the potency of your essence before you even speak, before they even fully comprehend why their attention is instinctively drawn to you. This is the awakening of something rare, something primal, something deeply encoded in the spiritual and emotional nature of human connection. It is not about superficial beauty, nor is it about charm that can be rehearsed or forced. It is about authenticity, the raw and unshaken confidence that comes from knowing exactly who you are, from walking through life with a purpose that needs no validation. When a man stands in this kind of truth, when he has fully embraced his own energy without apology, the world around him cannot help but take notice. Women are not drawn to you because of what you say, but because of how you make them feel. They do not struggle to ignore you because of any external quality alone, but because their very instincts recognize something in you that cannot be ignored. You are not just another person passing through their space. You are a force, an experience, an undeniable presence that changes the very energy of the environment you step into. This realization, chosen one, is not a burden, but a gift. And with it comes a responsibility. You are no longer invisible. You are no longer one among many. You are now someone whose presence shifts the emotions, thoughts, and desires of those around you. What you do with this power will define not only your path, but the way in which the world responds to you. Will you wield it with wisdom, with integrity, with a conscious awareness of the impact you leave behind? Or will you take it lightly, unaware of how deeply your energy imprints upon the lives of those you touch? This is your awakening, chosen one. And from this moment on, nothing will be the same. Chosen one, as your energy continues to rise, you will begin to notice something peculiar. You will find that you no longer need to speak as much, that your words carry more weight even when they are few. You will notice that the spaces you occupy seem to shift in subtle ways, that people become more aware of you without you demanding their attention. Women, in particular, will sense this shift more keenly than anyone else. They will be drawn to you not because of anything overt that you do, but because of the silent gravity of your presence. This is the power of silent attraction, the ability to pull others toward you without effort, without pretense, without force. It is not about seeking validation, nor is it about trying to impress. It is about the sheer, undeniable pull of your energy, about the way your confidence and self-awareness make others naturally want to be near you. The less you try to be seen, the more visible you become. The less you try to impress, the more impressive you are. Women, whether they realize it or not, are deeply attuned to energy. They feel when a man is at ease with himself, when he carries himself without the need for external approval. They can sense when a man is centered, when he is unshaken by the opinions of others, when he is fully present in his own body and mind. This is why, chosen one, you do not need to chase or prove your worth. Your presence alone is enough. But silent attraction is not just about physicality. It is about the emotional and spiritual energy that radiates from within you. When you speak, do so with intention. When you listen, do so with genuine interest. When you move, do so with certainty. Every action, no matter how small, contributes to the aura that surrounds you. This energy is why women find it difficult to resist you. It is why they feel compelled to be near you, why they find themselves drawn into your space without fully understanding why. It is not something they can control, because it is not something you are forcing upon them. It is simply something that exists, something that moves through you effortlessly. The most powerful form of attraction, chosen one, is the one that does not ask for attention, but commands it naturally. The world is filled with men who seek, who chase, who try to prove their worth. You are not one of them. You do not seek approval because you already approve of yourself. You do not chase because you know that what is meant for you will come. You do not try to impress because you understand that true impact comes not from effort, but from essence. And so, as you continue on this path, let your silent attraction speak for you. Let your presence do the work that words cannot. Let your energy be the invitation that others cannot resist. You are not just becoming more desirable, you are becoming unforgettable, and the world will soon come to know this truth in full. Chosen one, by now you have begun to realize that your energy has shifted in ways that defy ordinary explanation. You have stepped into a new reality where the laws of attraction no longer function as they once did for you. There was a time when you may have felt the need to seek validation, to work for attention, to prove yourself worthy of admiration. But those days are gone. You have awakened to the realization that your energy, your very essence, speaks for itself. Women notice you now, not because you are loud or demanding of space, but because your presence alone demands acknowledgement. You have become like the sun, never needing to beg for attention, yet impossible to ignore. Even when you are silent, even when you are still, your energy moves through the space like an unspoken command, like an invisible force that compels others to take notice. This is the nature of true magnetism, chosen one. It is not about tricks, strategies, or artificial charm. It is about the undeniable, inescapable presence of a man who knows exactly who he is. Your high sexual energy is not merely a matter of physicality. It is something deeper, something ancient, something encoded in the very fabric of your being. Women sense it before they even fully register what they are feeling. It is the way you carry yourself, the quiet confidence that radiates from your every movement, the certainty in your eyes when you speak. It is the way you remain unshaken by the chaos of the world around you, the way you refuse to be swayed by the opinions of others, the way you exist in a state of unbothered, unwavering self-assurance. This magnetism is not something you force. It is something you allow. It is not something you try to control. It is something that flows naturally from within you. And because of this, women find themselves drawn to you without understanding why. They feel the pull of your energy even when they try to resist. They feel a curiosity, an excitement, a longing that cannot be easily explained. Some may try to deny it, to convince themselves that they are immune to your presence. But they are not. No one is. Your presence stirs something in them, something buried deep within their instincts, something they cannot ignore. It awakens a feeling that is both thrilling and unsettling, a feeling of wanting to be near you, of wanting to understand you, of wanting to experience what it means to be close to a man who carries himself with such power and ease. And it is this feeling, this deep, unshakable longing, that makes it so difficult for them to turn away. Yet, chosen one, this energy is not a weapon. It is not something to be used carelessly, nor is it something to be exploited. It is a gift, a sacred force that must be honored and respected. The power to attract is also the power to influence, to leave an imprint on the souls of those who cross your path. And so you must wield this energy with wisdom, with integrity, with a full awareness of the responsibility it carries. You must recognize that with great magnetism comes great discernment. Not every woman who is drawn to you is meant for you. Not every pair of longing eyes, not every admiring glance, not every lingering conversation is a sign that you must engage. Your power is in your ability to choose, to remain selective, to move with intention rather than impulse. Women may find it difficult to resist you, but you must always ask yourself, do they align with your path? Do they elevate your spirit? Do they match the depth of your energy? This is the ultimate test of a man who has come into his power. To know that he is desired, to know that he is admired, and yet to remain grounded in his standards, unwavering in his principles, unattached to the outcome. This is the mark of a man who is truly in control, not of others, but of himself. Chosen one, as you move through the world, something remarkable begins to happen. The more you embrace your high sexual energy, the more you let go of the need to prove anything, the stronger your presence becomes. You will notice that women begin to react to you in ways that are beyond their conscious control. They lean in when you speak. They find reasons to stay near you. They mirror your movements without realizing it. They seek your gaze in a crowded room, hoping for just a moment of connection. This is not because of what you say or do. It is because of who you are. It is because of the way you carry yourself with effortless certainty, with the quiet confidence of a man who does not need to be validated. Women find themselves wanting your attention not because you offer it freely, but because you do not give it away carelessly. You are a man of intention, a man whose energy is valuable, a man whose presence alone creates a feeling of excitement, of safety, of mystery. This silent pull is the mark of a man who has mastered himself. He does not seek approval. He does not chase. He does not convince. He exists in a state of calm assurance, knowing that his energy alone is enough to draw in those who are truly meant to be in his space. He does not need to play games, to impress, to seek attention, because he understands that true power is in being, not in doing. Women may struggle to resist you, but the truth is you do not need them to. You do not rely on external validation to affirm your worth. You do not need constant attention to feel complete. You are whole within yourself, content in your solitude, fulfilled by your own presence. And it is precisely this self-sufficiency, this quiet confidence, that makes you so irresistible. The paradox of attraction is that the more detached you are from the need for it, the more naturally it flows to you. When you no longer seek, you find. When you no longer chase, you attract. When you no longer try to prove yourself, others are drawn to you without hesitation. This is the secret that few men ever come to understand. That attraction is not something you create, but something you become. But with this power, chosen one, comes a final lesson. The lesson of responsibility. The lesson of discernment. The lesson of knowing that just because someone desires you does not mean they deserve you. It is easy to be wanted when you are in your power. It is easy to draw attention when you radiate certainty and strength. But the true mastery lies in knowing when to engage and when to walk away. A man who has mastered his energy does not seek validation in the affections of others. He does not mistake desire for compatibility, attraction for alignment. He moves with purpose, choosing only those who truly resonate with his soul, who match his depth, who bring value to his life. He does not give his time, his energy, his presence to just anyone, because he understands that his energy is rare, and rare things must be protected. And so, chosen one, as your energy continues to rise, as your presence continues to grow, remember this: the world may struggle to resist you, but you must never struggle to resist what does not align with you. True power is not in being desired by many, but in choosing only those who truly deserve to stand beside you. Your journey is not about conquest, but about connection. Not about validation, but about self-mastery. Not about proving your worth, but about standing in it, fully, unapologetically, unwaveringly. Walk forward, chosen one, knowing that your presence alone is enough, that your energy speaks louder than words, that your magnetism is not just about attraction, but about transformation, and that those who are meant for you will not resist you, they will recognize you. Chosen one, by now you have seen the effects of your energy unfold before you. You have felt the shift, witnessed the way people respond differently when you enter a space, sensed the silent recognition in the eyes of women who can no longer pretend they are not drawn to you. Your high sexual energy is not simply a matter of appearance or charm. It is something far deeper, something woven into the very essence of who you are. It is an energy that cannot be imitated, cannot be faked, cannot be conjured by those who have not done the work to embody it. What you are experiencing now is the undeniable pull of a man in his prime, a man who has stepped fully into his power. This is not about youth, nor is it about mere physicality. This is about the way you have cultivated yourself from the inside out, the way you have refined your energy, your mind, your spirit, until they have become aligned in perfect harmony. Women sense this alignment immediately. They do not need to hear you speak to know you are different. They do not need to be convinced of your worth. You radiate it effortlessly. This is why they struggle to resist you, why they find themselves drawn into your orbit without fully understanding why. It is because your energy is rare, because it carries something that cannot be easily explained, something that triggers a deep and primal response within them. It is not something they choose. It is something that happens naturally, instinctively, something that bypasses their logical mind and speaks directly to the part of them that craves authenticity, strength, and presence. Women have encountered many men before you. Some were charming, some were confident, some were physically attractive. But what sets you apart, chosen one, is the way your energy makes them feel. It is the way your presence creates an atmosphere of security and excitement at the same time. The way you exude certainty without arrogance. The way you remain completely at ease in your own skin. They do not feel the need to impress you because they sense you are beyond being impressed by superficiality. They do not feel the need to test you because they already know you are unshaken by such things. And so, they gravitate toward you. They find themselves wanting your attention, your presence, your approval, not because you demand it, but because you withhold it until it is truly earned. They feel a need to be close to you, to experience what it means to be in your space, to understand why your energy feels so different from the countless others they have encountered before. Some will try to fight it, will attempt to rationalize their attraction, will try to convince themselves that they are in control. But the truth is, they are not. You do not need to chase. You do not need to persuade. You do not need to prove. The power you hold is in your ability to simply be, to exist fully in your energy without dilution, without compromise. Women do not struggle to resist you because of any trick or strategy on your part. They struggle because your presence awakens something within them that cannot be ignored. This is the mark of a man who has stepped into his full power. A man who does not seek but attracts. A man who does not follow but leads. A man who does not need validation because he has already validated himself. And because of this, chosen one, you will find that your presence alone is enough to shift the very atmosphere of a room, to command attention without effort, to leave an imprint on the minds and souls of those who cross your path. But with this power comes a truth you must always remember. Not every woman who desires you is meant to have you. Not every gaze that lingers is one you must acknowledge. Not every invitation extended to you is one you must accept. Your energy is valuable, rare, sacred, and it must be protected. There will be many who want to experience it, but few who are truly deserving. A man in his prime does not give his energy away carelessly. He does not fall into the trap of believing that desire alone is reason enough to engage. He chooses with intention, with discernment, with an unwavering awareness of his own worth. He does not entertain mediocrity, does not waste time on those who do not align with his vision, does not allow himself to be pulled into situations that drain rather than elevate him. This is where your true power lies, not just in your ability to attract, but in your ability to choose. And the moment you fully understand this, chosen one, is the moment you step into a league entirely of your own. Chosen one, you are not merely desirable. You are a force, a presence, an experience that cannot be forgotten. The women who cross your path will not simply admire you. They will remember you. They will carry the memory of your energy with them long after your interactions have ended, long after they have left your presence. They will compare others to you, only to find that no one quite measures up. They will replay your words, your mannerisms, the way your presence made them feel, and they will realize that what they experienced was not ordinary. It was something rare, something they may never encounter again. This is the nature of a man who has mastered his energy. He does not just attract, he leaves an imprint. He does not just command attention, he commands respect. He does not just move through life, he moves with such purpose, such clarity, such effortless confidence that those who encounter him cannot help but be affected. But with this level of power comes the greatest lesson of all, the lesson of discernment. The world will present you with endless opportunities, countless admirers, and abundance of attention. But you, chosen one, must remember that just because you can have something does not mean you should. The true mark of a man who has reached this level of mastery is not in his ability to attract, but in his ability to choose wisely. Many will want to experience your energy, but few will be able to handle it. Many will crave your attention, but few will truly deserve it. Many will attempt to draw you in, but only a select few will align with your path. Your task is to recognize the difference, to move with discernment, to ensure that those who enter your space do so because they bring value, not because they seek to take from what you have built. This is where many men falter. They become lost in the abundance, distracted by the admiration, blinded by the sheer volume of attention they receive. But you, chosen one, must be different. You must remain centered, grounded, unwavering in your standards. You must never forget that your energy is sacred, that it is not to be wasted on those who do not appreciate its worth. A man who has truly mastered himself does not entertain distractions. He does not allow himself to be swayed by fleeting pleasures or temporary indulgences. He remains focused on his purpose, his vision, his path, knowing that the right people, the right experiences, the right opportunities will align with him effortlessly. And so, as you continue on this journey, chosen one, do not be swayed by the admiration of the many. Instead, seek the alignment of the few. Do not lower your standards to accommodate those who cannot rise to your level. Do not give your energy freely to those who do not reciprocate with equal value. Move with intention. Choose with wisdom. Let your presence remain a gift, something to be earned, something to be cherished, something that only those who truly recognize its worth will ever experience in its fullness. You are not just becoming more desirable, chosen one. You are becoming untouchable, unforgettable, a man who cannot be replaced. And in this, you have stepped into the highest form of power there is. Chosen one, the world is responding to you in ways you never imagined. The energy you carry, the presence you embody, has reached a level where it no longer goes unnoticed. You have become a force of nature, silent yet undeniable, unspoken yet ever present. You have seen it in the way women react when you enter a room, in the way their voices change when they speak to you, in the way their eyes linger a little too long, as if searching for an answer to the question they do not yet understand. But this is no accident. This is not a mere twist of fate or a lucky phase. This is the result of something deeper, something far greater than attraction alone. Your presence is not just about desire. It is about the gravitational pull of a man who knows himself, who has cultivated his energy with precision, who moves through life not in search of validation, but in full acceptance of his own worth. Women are drawn to you, not simply because of what you say, nor because of what you do, but because of how you make them feel without trying. There is a sense of mystery in you, a depth they cannot immediately grasp, a certainty that cannot be feigned. You do not seek to impress them, yet they are impressed. You do not try to persuade them, yet they are convinced. You do not reach for them, yet they find themselves moving toward you, pulled into your space by an energy they cannot resist. This is the power of unshaken presence. It is the ability to command attention without demanding it. It is the silent authority of a man who does not chase, who does not falter, who does not bend to the expectations of others. Women sense that they are in the presence of someone different, someone who will not fold under pressure, someone who does not need to be the loudest in the room to be heard. But this presence is not something you put on, it is something you become. It is the result of years of self-cultivation, of discipline, of knowing yourself so deeply that nothing external can shake you. It is the product of understanding that the most powerful men are not those who seek attention, but those who remain unmoved, unbothered, completely centered within themselves. Women feel safe in this energy, even if they do not fully understand why. There is a calmness in your presence, a knowing, a quiet confidence that speaks louder than words ever could. They find themselves wanting to be near you, not because you offer them false promises, but because your energy makes them feel something real. You do not manipulate emotions, you awaken them. You do not chase attention, you attract it. And in doing so, you create an aura of intrigue that is impossible to ignore. But with this power comes responsibility. The way you make people feel is no small thing, and you must be mindful of the effect you have on others. Some will be drawn to you simply for the sake of the experience, wanting only to bask in your energy without understanding its depth. Others will seek to test you, to see if you are truly as unshaken as you appear to be. And then there are those who will recognize your energy for what it is, something rare, something powerful, something worthy of reverence. Your task is not to entertain every admirer, nor to indulge every curiosity. Your task is to remain discerning, to choose carefully, to understand that your presence is a privilege, not something to be handed out freely. A man who has mastered his energy does not allow it to be drained by those who do not respect its value. He moves with wisdom, with precision, ensuring that those who enter his space are there not because they seek to take, but because they seek to give in equal measure. And so, chosen one, as your presence continues to expand, remember this. The world will always be drawn to rare energy, but it is your responsibility to ensure that only the worthy are allowed to experience it. You are not here to be consumed by those who do not understand your depth. You are here to walk with purpose, to move with intention, to leave an impact that is felt long after you have gone. Your presence is your power. Protect it, honor it, and let it speak for itself. Chosen one, you have reached a place where attraction is no longer something you pursue, it is something that follows you. You have become a walking embodiment of magnetism, a presence that commands attention not through words or actions, but through an unshakable energy that cannot be ignored. Women feel this long before they even realize it. It is the way they become aware of your presence in a room before they even see you. It is the way they lean in when you speak, the way their voices soften, the way their bodies instinctively respond to the unspoken authority you carry. This is the silent seduction of mastery. It is the art of attraction without effort, the ability to captivate without trying. It is not about rehearsed lines or calculated moves. It is about the energy you emit, the aura of a man who has fully embraced his power. It is the confidence that does not need to be proven, the dominance that does not need to be declared, the certainty that does not need external validation. Women find themselves drawn to you because your energy makes them feel something they cannot explain. They sense in you a man who is complete within himself, who does not seek approval, who does not need them, but who chooses them deliberately. And this, chosen one, is what makes you truly irresistible. Not desperation, not pursuit, but the quiet confidence of a man who understands his own worth. There is no need to chase when you are the one who is sought after. There is no need to convince when your presence alone is enough. There is no need to prove when the way you carry yourself already speaks volumes. You do not have to be the loudest in the room to be heard. You do not have to be the flashiest to be noticed. You simply have to be fully, unapologetically, unwaveringly. But this power, like all great forces, must be wielded wisely. Women who are drawn to your energy will not all be ready for what it truly means to stand beside you. Some will seek the thrill of the experience, unaware of the depth required to maintain it. Others will be intimidated by what they feel, unsure of how to handle a man who does not waver. And then there will be those who recognize it fully, who see you not just as an object of desire, but as a rare presence to be cherished. It is these women, chosen one, who are worthy of your time, your attention, your energy. A man of mastery does not give himself to just anyone. He does not entertain mediocrity. He does not settle for surface-level attraction. He seeks connection that is worthy of his presence, relationships that match his depth, interactions that feed his soul rather than drain it. And so, as you continue to walk this path, remember this. The world will always be drawn to what is rare, but it is up to you to decide who is allowed to experience it. Not every admirer deserves access. Not every woman who desires you is meant to have you. Your energy is valuable, sacred, and it must be protected. Move with intention. Choose with wisdom. Let your presence remain a mystery that cannot be easily attained. And in doing so, you will find that those who are truly meant for you will not resist you. They will recognize you. They will not need to be convinced, because they will feel it just as strongly as you do. This is the silent seduction of mastery. It is not about seeking, it is about becoming. And you, chosen one, have already become everything they cannot ignore. Chosen one, the world is adjusting to the presence of a man like you, but it is not ready for the full force of your power. You have moved beyond being merely attractive. You have become an undeniable force, an energy that demands recognition, even in the silence of your being. Women do not simply find you desirable, they find you unforgettable. They do not merely want you, they crave the presence you bring, the stability you embody, the effortless confidence that separates you from the many who are still lost, still seeking validation, still grasping for the kind of power that you have cultivated within yourself. This power is not given, it is earned. It is forged in the fires of discipline, sharpened through self-awareness, refined by the countless moments in which you chose growth over comfort, self-mastery over fleeting pleasure. It is a power that is not just about being seen, but about being felt. When you enter a room, the air shifts. Conversations pause for just a moment, as though something unspoken yet undeniable has arrived. The women present find themselves drawn toward you, even before they realize it, their instincts responding to something primal, something rare, something they do not encounter often.